Yes, okay, so some parts have arrived. So in my last video I showed how we went about taking off the power steering pump. The new one has been delivered, so that's going to go in today. We're going to clean up this housing, this bracket which holds it in place. Got some new bolts. These are going to need to get cut down in size, but I want to make sure that when I cut them everything is exactly the same length, because otherwise it's going to have maybe a bit of an imbalance with this spinning around at high speed. Any difference in the weight of those bolts may cause some vibrations. I'm going to make sure I cut those down exactly the same length to replace the ones which were damaged and stuff, which I struggled to get out. Then for later on, the sump nut plug has been delivered. I've got my oil filter, some oil, and then I'm waiting for a delivery of this part, which is the coolant pipe, which is going to go on there. That needs to be cleaned up. If you remember, that's getting replaced because of this crack in the plastic there, so water's getting past it, causing a leak. Post has just been delivery from Just Campers. Look out for that logo, Just Campers. Camper spelt with a K. Water flange, £6. Not bad at all. And it looks like it's a perfect match. It's not OEM, it's a reproduction. Reproduction, is that the right word? Anyway, so we've got that to go on. Also got a gas strut for the bonnet. And I was very surprised to see that they had these other bits. That's the one. Now that these were like 60p for a pack to replace these for the bumper, because there's meant to be one about here, but because this is all new steel which I put in, there's no hole and no cap, and this is it's enclosed, so you can put your plastic part on there. When you drill your hole through, that goes to the inside of the van, so you won't want to just go putting a plastic fixing in there, otherwise you're going to have water leaking into the inside of your van. So you use these, which is encapsulated, so that's going to get probably like tight fit, glued. Maybe use a panel sealant or something to fix it in. One of them's destroyed, one of them's in bits. I ordered 4 and I've got 3, and oh, I have to reuse that one. Yeah, what a pain. So that's the pump put back together again. So I've cut the 3 bolts down that went holding this pulley wheel in place. I've cut them all down to exactly the same length. Then everything's thread locked together, so I've got my bolt in the back there. There's 3 there. They're all the original bolts. They were in perfect condition, so those have gone back in. It's just those ones which got mangled up, so those have been replaced. All thread locked in place. Cleaned up the housing, and then I'm going to use these bolts now to get it back in situ, back on there. That's the pump back on. Now, banjo it has to go through, there's 2 washers, so you'd have put a washer on, pass it through, put the other washer on, and then tighten it then to the underneath. And I'm going to have a look at the torque on this one. So I was really struggling to get the these sensors back in there, so I just squirted a little bit of that rubber care on the seal, and then it just slipped straight in dead easy then. So then I'm just gonna wash that through now with a little bit of water, just to get rid of the remnants of that residue out of there, and then it's ready for then going back up onto the side of the engine block. Okay, so all that is back together, and we've put some fluid in the reservoir. I have put the radiator back in, all of the hoses and connectors are back on. Just gonna put the fixings on their sides, and I'm just got the oil draining. So I've took the nut out for the first time I've ever had this van. That's the nut that's come out. You can see why I'm replacing it. And that's the nut that I ordered, which is clearly the wrong one. I'm gonna have to repair the end of that so that I can cleanly get a 16 on the back of that now. So I've just used an angle grinder and just tickled down the sides to straighten them up and go down to the next size. I think it would have been a 17, it's now a 16. So I can get that back in now. Right, I can try the power steering. So it's all been flushed out, the air. It's like my little horny button. This doesn't work. So, put in a... Yeah. Right, power steering. It works. No more noise. That is the quietest it has ever been. It's like, well, it's normal. It's like how it should be. Nice one. Oh, I'm happy with that. Right. What else is there? That's it. Right, I'll put it away for the night. Right, you'll have to completely ignore the quality of the paint job in terms of orange peel and stripes and runs and stuff, because I've just done a really quick job just to get an idea of the colour. So we'll call that one the VW R32, and we'll call that one the Mercedes. That is a very dark blue pearl. It's going to look black that at night, and then in strong light you'll see the blue in it, and obviously that's a vibrant blue. What do you reckon? What's your favourite?